Boom, boom, kaboom. It's Newf Nukem in the room. Welcome to another Tuesday night podcast of Gaming After Dark, your favorite rated R podcast. So settle in. This show is going to be a hot one tonight. We have got our usual suspects on the panel, and we've got one incredible guest lined up for you, and a couple of really cool topics, I think, tonight as well. Chat is already hopping. That's good. Good to see everybody settling in early because this is going to be a dynamite show. And don't forget, episode 20 in right now, and this is going to be the return of Handy Andy. He's kind of been missing in action for a while, but he is ready to take your questions at the end of the show, and he can't wait to come back and say hello to everybody. But before we get rolling, let's introduce the panel. We got Perry Station Pro. What's going on, brother GameComplainers? Ooh, Daddy. Oh, that's it. That's how he starts the show. It's not the mic drop. It's the controller drop. Boof. Coming in hot and heavy. All right, we got ProtoFoxy, everybody's favorite Foxy.
Yo, what it is, episode 20, and one more episode, the show will be old enough to drink. Let's fucking do it.
Absolutely. I know people have Gaming After Dark's been around a lot longer than, yes, we have, but this is the sort of the relaunch version. So, yeah, it's 20 episodes since we kind of brought this back. So, awesome stuff. All right, bringing in our brother from another mother, Sir X-Man, coming in large and loud.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother mofos. What's up? Let's go.
Let's go, indeed. Speaking of a guy who's always ready to go, we got to bring in Yo Wicked Hat.
Yo, bang, bang, skeets. Another Tuesday night, gaming up the dock. I got you, Perry. You want to mash that in? Oh, it's not even.
The hell is that?
Going to show up.
Oh, he's got another controller.
Drop my
Okay.
box, too. My damn
He's
controller.
so
I dropped
excited and he just can't hide it.
He's 10 seconds into the show and he's already bragging about his big box.
Wow.
Everybody can come in.
No.
There you go. Dropping the Minecraft, guys. It's going to be hot and heavy here.
Oh, my
That's
God.
cool.
We're
I
dropping
looks
everything.
just like Jack Black, too. That's crazy. All right.
Oh, yeah.
And our brother from another mother, my Canadian brother, just down the road from me here. And former panel member of the show, we got, actually, it wasn't this show, it's the Gaming Fuse podcast. We got Mental 9R in the building.
What's up, everyone? So happy to be here. Looking forward to a great show tonight. Let's get started.
Oh my God, he totally sound Canadian today.
What are you talking about?
That's awesome.
I missed you, Mental.
It's mutual, buddy.
Right.
It's mutual.
Don't forget, after the show, I'll let you know to catch up with him on his channel that's been growing here, Caffeine Entertainment. So he's been doing lots of videos lately, guys. So if you've been not getting enough of Mental 9R, I suggest you go check out his channel. But he'll tell you more about that in a bit. So what games have everybody been playing the last week or two? Let's start with our guest, Mental. Mental, what have you been active with?
I've been playing a combination of Ghost of Tsushima and Ghostwire Tokyo. That's what I've been playing lately. I've wrapped up a bunch of games.
There.
Yeah. I'm working through the backlog, trying to do that legitimately, and I'm avoiding new stuff for the time being. Bit of budget gaming for me right now.
How are you kind of enjoying the Ghost of, what do you call it, the Ghostwire Tokyo? Because I started that game and only played a couple hours, but I was enjoying what I did play of it, though.
Well, it's part of why I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima, and I'm kind of flipping back and forth because it does get a bit dry at times, but overall, I'm enjoying it. I'm not going to say it's a 9 out of 10, though. Nothing like that, but
No.
I am enjoying it.
It's solid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing that studio has been salvaged.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, it's the same guys that made that. What was that game that was a real big hit from them? That guitar game. What the fuck was it? Did you go to the guitar? Hi-Fi Rush, right? They made. Yeah, it's kind of weird. They made that and they made Hi-Fi Rush. Like their titles have definitely been very different for sure.
Yeah.
All right, what have you been playing? Wicked Hot.
Ooh, man, I've been playing 2 games and 2 games only. I've been playing Avowed, and right when Monster Hunter Wilds came out, I went right into that, and I have not played that in years. So It was a little rejuvenating, but I'm liking it so far.
A
So,
lot of people are playing that one right now. I hear
Oh,
the
yeah.
numbers are huge on Steam.
oh yeah, that's where I got it. I ended up getting it on Steam.
Nice. All right, what have you been playing there, Mr. Perry Station Pro?
Been playing, ironically enough, Terminator 2, which was an Acclaim game. We'll get into that later. And I've been playing the old Terminator arcade games as well. So that's pretty
Nice.
much it.
That's good. So
Played
somebody
Hades
brushed on
3.
the Terminator because that is one of the topics tonight. If you guys didn't see the video that dropped this week, yeah, it's coming back in a big way. It's a 2D, but it's been, remade, revised, looks amazing. I'm sure it's going to be, a lot tighter and better playing probably than some of the old games. So pretty excited, but we'll talk about that in a bit. What else besides the Terminator stuff? Anything particular?
I played Hades 3, some lady with like big boobs and a big butt, but it's like a crappy game. So,
Oh, well, almost sounds like my type of game.
Well, at least you have something to look
big
at.
butts and I cannot lie. Well, you got to get on PC, Newf.
A little bit of that Sir Mix-a-Lot in the background.
What's
Classic.
going on with you, ProtoFoxy? What games have been getting you hot and heavy?
I've been bouncing back and forth between because I'm replaying all the Gears games again. So I just finished Gears 3 tonight again, and now I'm into Judgment. And then I've been bouncing back and forth with that, and then just downloaded RoboCop because I saw that was on sale and had to have it.
Yeah, what a deal, eh?
Good game.
Oh hell yeah, man! And I'm enjoying the shit out of it. I think I'm about 3-4 hours into it now, and I'm like, man, I'm kicking myself in the ass for not getting it day one, but at the same time, I'm glad I didn't because I got it so cheap now.
Yeah, no, if you didn't play that, it's for the price now. It's a no-brainer. Go download it if you have it. The game's phenomenal. The only thing that could have made that game really cool was if you actually got to drive the police car and the map was a little bit bigger per se because you kind of confined to one area. But but it's still it was just so well done.
Definitely thought so.
Peter Weller did the voice too. That was just awesome.
Yep, I'm enjoying it, everything about it so far. It's scratching that nostalgia itch for RoboCop, and I sent out like a mass text message to all my buddies. I'm like, get this now if you don't have it, and got responses back all within like the last 2 days. Yeah, we got it. We're playing it.
Yeah.
How much was it?
It's like $10 US and like $12 Canadian. It's like stupid.
Wow, that's not bad actually.
That's dope.
Oh no!
And then I can't even barely buy a Big Mac combo for that up here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then I had some credit on my account, so I only paid $5.
Nice.
Wow, that's right, baby. You gotta use it.
Shit.
So
Yeah, dead or alive, you're coming with me.
you're coming with me.
Sounded like you said Robocock. That would be a funny game.
It is a
All right,
Robocop.
that's the game that's Sir X-Men bought the wrong copy, but the Temu version, Robocop.
Yep.
Robocop.
I think I downloaded the wrong game. Everybody help me!
Never that. Never that.
Dead or
I don't
alive,
know.
I'm fucking you.
Soft or hard, it's going in you.
Consensual or not, it's
I got
happening.
mine. You get yours.
Perry's head
shit. Oh man, Sir X-Men, what have you been grinding on, sir?
Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation, and
you
Tomb
picked
Raider.
up the right?
How did we not know? How did we not just guess that?
Yeah, man, you're actually thinking.
I know.
He's Tomb Raider in the day and Womb Raider at night.
And I played some F1 24. I like it. Good game. Just I want to beat these Tomb Raiders still. And I playing some Mecha Break most of the day. That's the only thing that stopped me from playing Tomb Raider. Mecha Break, the beta. I'm enjoying it. And they did a lot of updates from when I played it on the PC. So they've gotten a little they updated it way better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
But
and as for Nukem, mostly been Avowed. I'd say the last week or so, it's like largely been just plowing through Avowed. It's just I can't pull myself away from it barely. And I did download Horizon Forbidden Dawn, the remaster, and I can't believe like how much better that game looks now on the remastered version. Especially the character graphics and like the hair and like different things look just insane. So it's just one of my favorite games of all time. So I'm excited to jump back into that one for a change. So, yeah.
That was Horizon Zero Dawn. That remaster's worth it.
Yeah, the remaster. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you say the hair and the
It's
nipples are
20%
so
off
much
on the PlayStation Store right now, so it's not a big discount, but I decided to jump in and pick up a copy anyway.
Did anybody hear what Newf said? He said the hair on the nipples are so much better.
Oh, it could be.
Picture of Arnold.
If there's hairy nipples, you got to tell them to shave.
Yeah. Trim 'em up.
It's funny you mentioned Horizon Zero Dawn because I've had that on my PS4 forever and I still haven't even played it yet. So that's on my backlog.
I think Sir X-Man's been spending too much time with the sheep at the farm.
That was one of my favorite games of last gen.
Dude, it's such a good
Horizon Zero Dawn.
I didn't even play it during the PS4 era. I played it in the PS5 era, and I was like, why? After I beat it, I was like, why? Why did I wait so long?
Yeah, it's
now you make me want to go get a gyro. Thanks,
and I personally like the first game better than the second game anyway. So it's like, even though I beat the second game as well, I enjoyed the first game better. Second game was too long and contrived and just got a little kind of nutty with some of the weapon wheel shit and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people said.
Newf's right. I didn't know what people meant when they said that until I played the first one.
It just felt like it was dragged out. Like they couldn't get to the point, and it was fucking like I found the weapons were too confused. They tried to do too much with it. It's like we don't need 40,000 fucking weapons. Like, there's 20 different types of ammo and all this sort of shit. And you're just like, come on, just simplify it a little bit, man. Right?
Yep.
Sound like they tried to turn it into it.
You like the first one?
Like
God of War. I like God of War better than I like God of War Ragnarok. Just to me, it was a better
sound like
game.
they tried to turn it into a bigger RPG. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
absolutely.
It's like a fake RPG.
Keep it with the simple stuff. Stop trying to add more things to it. Change the story around a little bit, but keep it simple. Like, I hate when games do that.
Yeah. All right. Well, what we played is out of the way. Let's get right into some of the first topics of the night. And we're going to stick with PlayStation on this one. And it's quite interesting. First of all, going around the panel here, who has a PSVR 2?
Nope. Don't have one.
I got one.
Not I.
Anyone else?
Nope.
So who got one besides me and Perry?
Not me.
I think it's just you two guys.
Okay.
Daddy does not have
I got proposed to you guys on the panel. So now that they have a permanent $200 price drop, it's been announced that it is permanent. They're actually getting rid of the base model SKU, the one without the game. So when that one's done, they're just going to sell the Horizon CotM Bundle Bundle, which is probably smarter off anyways. At least people got something to play out of the box. But is this more enticing for you guys now, or are you just not sold on VR period at this point? Anybody wants to take the floor on this one? Go for it.
So it's they slashed it to slashed $200 off of it.
Yeah, $200. Yeah, big drop.
I'd definitely be in the market to check it out then.
I mean, that was one of the biggest complaints why people didn't buy it in the first place. Said, yeah, it's a little bit overpriced. They were waiting. Again, they were waiting for the big drop. They had a pretty decent sale on it, I think, there before Christmas around Black Friday. But then they put it back up again, and now it's getting a permanent cut. Now, I can't help but feel with the success of the MetaQuest 3 coming in at like a much more entry-level price point that the pressure was really put on Sony to drop this thing down now and start moving units, especially when the PlayStation 5s are doing really well. It makes sense. So like I said, I definitely think people will jump on this bandwagon. But like I said, some people are not convinced with VR. I love the stuff, but there's no mistaking. Sony has not done a great job of promoting this. As a matter of fact, you go on your PS5 and you're trying to find the section for PSVR 2, there's literally one little fucking square when you scroll to the game page. Like, otherwise, you basically almost don't know it exists. They're pulling a Microsoft when it comes to this thing. Like, fucking just, let's bring it out and then basically forget it. Anybody else?
I think
anybody else would be enticed by it now?
Go mental. You guys go.
Yeah, no, I'm my biggest hang up, I think. Well, I'm not sure that I would use it much, but if it was more like, I know it's compatible with PC, but if you didn't need the adapter and all that crap, and it actually was fully featured, and I could use it on both platforms equally, they could probably convince me to buy it. But until they fix some of that stuff, I don't know. I just don't think I would use it much. I know my kid's bugging me to get one. He wants to try it out, but I don't want to mess with my PlayStation anyway.
Oh, I thought he was gonna have it.
But
My kids wanted something like that mental. I told them, get a job.
Yeah,
Right, baby.
that's probably the appropriate response.
So do you guys think that the price drop now is the fact that Sony hasn't been able to move? I mean, it had a pretty decent launch considering, but do you think it's because now these things are starting to stack up, but the retailers are not moving that well? You think that's part to do with it now? And maybe the tech is coming down where they can make more, they can make a dent in the price point, but I highly suspect that they're going to have to take a couple of losses on this one because, like I said, the Meta Quest right now is killing it at their price point, at least on the 3, right?
Real quick on that news, they shouldn't have had when it came out at $550 or $575. That thing cost more than the console. That's the problem,
Bro.
That was the biggest problem. If it had been maybe $300 or $400, then it probably would have might have walked out the door because they would have saw the hardware and all the specs, and they would have been like, okay, that's reasonable. That's about the price of most of the decent gen VR, attachments. So, okay, I can do with that. But to have something priced more than your base console, that was their mistake. Big mistake.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. It's just a bad dynamic, a bad aesthetic when you walk into a store and you go, the add-on costs more than the actual console. It's just weird.
Oh yeah,
dude, I had no idea. When you said $200 price drop, I don't know why I thought it was at 500. So I'm like, okay, 300. I'm like, that's not too bad. No, it was 600. I'm looking at it right now. It was 600 for that motherfucker, and then it's a 200 price drop. It's at 400. Like,
yeah,
I don't have any VR, but I personally think if you got to get the sweet spot of 300, I think 300 is that sweet spot.
And just imagine,
you need something else tethered to it, or you need a dongle to hook it up to the PC, and then you're losing.
That's just it. If this unit does not move now with this price jump, then Sony's going to have no other choice but bend a knee and pop this down again in another 6 months or so, probably.
And look at Newf, you pay way more because you in Canada.
Well, in Canada, my Horizon the Horizon CotM Mountain Bundle was $800 and something. I think it was almost $900.
Woo! Slap my ass.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
they're
they're
like
$549 now for that one.
Man, your kid's gonna have to win the lotto.
Newf and Perry, out of the PSVR and like the Meta, which one has better games, or do they kind of have the same games?
I would think the Meta has better games. I've only played RE2 and 8 on the thing, and it's really good on RE2, RE4, RE4 and RE8. They're fun, but I don't know if it's worth that much money to people. And I still think it's overpriced at $399. It should be $299 and be done.
If you're mostly into VR for gaming, then you can't really go wrong for PSVR 2 because they have quite a variety of games. I would say overall they definitely look better for the most part. Anything that's certainly taken advantage of the extra horsepower that comes with the PS. Like if you look at the Horizon game that comes with it, there's no question. It's a game that oozes that that guerrilla style art, that design.
Mm-hmm.
It's not made by I think it's made in association with Guerrilla. I forget the other team that basically worked on it, but it does look fantastic. You've also got really good foveated rendering. For those who are not sure, what it does is the area of the screen that you're actually looking at is in the highest resolution. So if you turn your eyes briefly to the side, it kind of gets blurrier. But when you're pointing in a certain direction, it basically makes the resolution sharper with the sort of the offsides. That helps keep frame rates and all of the tech shit, like it's smoother overall.
Right.
Yep.
If you're more of a casual VR person and you want it for more like the odd game, and you want like all these apps and experiences like fitness apps, and there's all sorts of like fucking the AR shit, and there's all sorts of crazy stuff. Then if you want variety and you want a self-contained unit, it's Meta. But Meta's a lot heavier, and the battery life fucking sucks on the Meta Quest. You basically need to go out and buy yourself an overpriced battery or get something off of Amazon. Like I bought a battery head strap for mine off of Amazon, like $47 Canadian, and it works fantastic. I'll give you guys the link if you wanted it, but it's amazing, and it extends my battery life for well over double. So basically, it uses like about 3 hours of this head strap, and then when that dies, it kicks over to the head to the actual unit. But PlayStation VR 2 is way more comfortable on the head. It's so light because it doesn't have the processing up front. It's the lenses, and it's got higher quality lenses than the Meta 3S. The 3S, sorry, yeah, because there's the 3, and this is where it gets confusing, right? Because people think the 3S should be the better version, but the 3S is actually, it has the same processor as the 3, but it uses the older pancake lenses, or not the pancake, they call them the Fresnel lenses that were in the Meta Quest 2. So that's how they kept the cost down. That's why this unit's a lot cheaper, but it is a more powerful unit, and the games look a lot better, that sort of thing. And I can tell you the bigger reason I bought Meta Quest, because the Batman game, Arkham Shadows, which is incredible.
Oh my God, I forgot about
It's an amazing game. So if you want, like, that's a must-own game if you're into VR. Not to mention, just playing around on Meta Horizon alone is absolutely nuts. Like, I can watch movies with you guys. If you guys get a Meta, we can go in on big screen and we can watch movies together. Like, I can literally play my YouTube collection of movies that I have stored on Google, and we can watch them in a theater together. It's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember you were saying something about that. Yeah.
Huh. But yeah, like between the two, it's kind of a toss-up. I mean, on price alone, you kind of got to leave it more to Meta, I would say, because it offers you a lot more bang for the buck. But from a technical side, I'd say PSVR 2 for the gaming. Like Resident Evil 4, the remake on the PSVR 2 is absolutely insane. It looks so good, and it plays wicked. Like, that's my favorite way to play that game in VR. You're just popping heads like crazy with that shit.
Yeah, but your first main question on that part was who has more games, and I just said PC has more VR games.
PC overall, yes.
They have way more.
VR, yes.
Oh my God, it's ridiculous, dude. From racing games to shooting games to everything, dude. It's ridiculous. The amount they have, and they even got a lot of free VR games too that you can play.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. So do your research and your homework if you're interested in them. Right now, like I'd still say, bang for the buck, it's go with Meta because it offers you just way more, and plus one, you don't have to pay for like subscriptions. You just need a Facebook account, and if you're fucking afraid to use that, just go and create a fake Facebook account. You just need something to access it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sort of shit. It's cool. So yeah. I don't know, like anybody else, like to me, like I said, I think this is the question is it a little too late for Sony on this? And I know I don't want to beat the VR topic to death because not everybody's very interested, and we kind of lose half the fucking the crowd that's following us here on the chat because they're all just like I said, with VR, it's either people are in or people are out, and the people that are usually riding the fence are people that have played VR and just they're not sold on it because usually they get kind of sick or wheezy, so they're kind of like, yeah, I can't handle it. But it's like you have to adjust to VR. I have no issues with it now. Like I played it so much, it doesn't bother me at all. But if you're just new to it, like even some of the slightest games can kind of give you a little bit of a, oh, that's a little nauseating, right? But it's how you set up the thing too.
You got used to it because you watched a lot of VR porn, dude. All right.
Oh, absolutely. I got some pimply snatches like right there.
Hell yeah.
Oh man. I totally forgot about that.
Now you got HAWT's attention because he's the hub king.
That's what you call getting up close and personal.
Sorry, HAWT, you can't do that on the PSVR 2 because it doesn't have a browser.
Well, looks like the Meta Quest is in my cart as we speak.
Oh snap! Because you said porn.
Get the numbers going here.
Have you ever been to a strip club in Pervert's Row? Well, this thing's even better.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
it's about to get real, dude. That's so funny.
Oh man,
OnlyFans VR. Oh my god.
Yeah, the big screen VR on Quest is amazing, Sathius. Speaking of the chat, let's give a shout out to them. They're amazing. We got Wesson in the house tonight, Infinite Heroes here. We've got Talos Ray. I see Fazah928 is in the building. Draven Narrows, how you know what? Well, RWK is here. Got Dizzy Dullen. We have the Canadian brothers in the house. We got Stevie Mac 23 here as well. Who else we got going on here? We got Marvin Ramos. What's happening, Marv? We've got
Anthony L.
Anthony L is in the house. Yep, good
Disney
stuff.
Delta.
Yep. Who else?
Infinite
Did I miss
Hero.
somebody? We got Piggles here in the building. What's going on, Pink?
We got Piggles.
All right. We got Sathius. We got Cougar Man.
Cougar Man, I acknowledge you.
We got Axel in the building. Woo! All right. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Awesome. Great crew in the chat, guys. Hit that like, comment, subscribe. Does anybody have any further thought? I mean, like, it's just a price cut. This is not a big news article, but it just, again, I'm a big VR fan. You can't just ignore that industry does not exist. I totally get it. Some people, they just want to sit down, play games traditionally, and it's totally cool. But man, honestly, when you really get involved in VR, there's nothing like it, and it's getting better. Like, it still has a few growing pains, but I guarantee you, man, if they continue with it in the next 10 to 20 years, it's going to be bloody believable. Right?
I'm a Connect person, so
Connect? Get the hell out of here.
Sir X-Man's playing on his Connect. He's playing with the Fruit Ninja. He's like,
Sir X-Man's
I was
waiting for the podcast all day.
Just
I was
Dance
doing a lot of
2025.
dance dude. No,
Yeah, but Sir X-Men likes the Connect because it's the first thing in his house you could tell to shut the fuck up that didn't bitch back at him.
Yeah.
Connect, shut the fuck up.
I'll be like, Xbox off. Xbox, change channel. I love
You're
that.
like, if only the wife was like that. God dang.
Only all I want like that. No
Oh man,
Mantle, do you have any further thoughts on the VR stuff? I mean, obviously, it's a help that you can play with PC. I think that's helped a little bit of the sales.
Yeah, like I do know there's some third-party software out there that does apparently make it fully featured on PC. I don't know what it costs. I would guess it's probably similar to the cost of the adapter. So if I did ever pick one up, I would probably use the software versus the adapter just because you get all the features. I just don't know why Sony purposely, shoots themselves in the foot on stuff like that. They should have launched it with PC compatibility day one, and you probably would have seen far better sales, and then they could afford to support it better.
Yeah, and it's that, and it's the old adage, and we've seen this with all Sony's peripherals, and even the original PSVR had more support than this one, because they had a lot more games out the gate that were kind of Sony published, and this time they basically made nothing. It's like, here's the Horizon game, and after that, there's been so many wasted opportunities. I mean, they even made that Astrobot rescue mission VR on the original, and they didn't do anything with that this time. They had a beautiful franchise, great character, and that first VR game was absolutely a standout on that machine. But why didn't they make the new Astrobot VR compatible? Or why, you know what I mean? Like, all these sorts of things. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Right?
You got to wonder what's going on there with it, because the reviews were quite positive. Apparently, it's a really good quality set. And to somewhat abandon it from the sound of it just seems very bizarre to me. Strange strategy. Not sure what they're after.
Well, they're not the first company. Half-hearted PC. Success. They just ditch it and we'll let somebody else deal. We'll let the third-party companies carry this thing over.
Yeah, and then to bring it to PC, but do it in a half-hearted way. Like, PC gamers aren't stupid. They're going to go with what's best, and if they'd have brought it out fully featured and everything worked right the way it should, they probably would have done a lot better with it there too. It seems like a bizarre strategy. It doesn't feel like their heart's in it.
Yeah, if I ever get VR, I'm going for the big boy. I'm going for the HTC. I'm going for the one that got everything. Everything. And that's like about $800 to $900, but it has everything, and does so much more than the PSVR.
Yeah, it's a lot of third-party games. They're doing pretty well with that side of the coin. But yeah,
that VR attachment is everything new. But man, it's not cheap though. But you know that old saying, you get what you pay for.
VR has enough barriers alone without being super expensive. I mean, that's why even Meta learned a lesson like halfway through. Meta's like the 3S was like pretty insanely priced, and they were like, yeah, we're starting to see like it didn't take off like the Meta Quest 2 did. It was called the Oculus Quest 2 at the time. Like that enjoyed much bigger sales. And then Quest 3 came out. And of course, yeah, it's much more improved. It's better processor and stuff like that. But when they saw the sales starting to stagnate, they're like, yeah, I think we better come up with a compromise. So they did. They left the processor. They left the power in there. But they just gave you the cheaper old lenses, which are not detrimental. Like you can enjoy the 3S just as much as the other one. If you sacrifice again some of there's a couple of features that it has, but yeah.
You know, there's a Meta XL that's $1,200 though.
Yeah, they have a bigger one again. Yeah, there's a lot of headsets out there. That's the thing, right?
Yeah,
they're not the only ones. I mean, doesn't Apple have like a really high end VR or something like that too?
Yeah, that thing's like what, almost $2,000.
Oh hell no!
$3,000.
That's what I was thinking. Discontinued that thing.
Wait, bullshit. Who the fuck wants that?
Well, that was Apple. Oh, hell no.
But that's Apple. Apple always super overprices their
stuff. Yeah, we all know that. Yeah,
naturally.
Yeah,
that's why I'm an Android person.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to beat this topic to death. It is what it is. If you're not convinced now to get VR, you're probably not going to jump on the boat anytime soon unless they're basically giving it away. I fully support it. I think it's awesome. But again, it's not for everybody. So, and it was never meant to be. But I definitely think it's unique. And if you like it and you try it and you stick with it long enough to adapt to it, you'll have a really good time. You'll definitely enjoy games differently. Like playing Gran Turismo, for example, from a VR perspective, trust me, it trumps the game. As good as Gran Turismo is on its own, when you play it in VR, it's like you will get it. You will get why VR is so cool. Because to be inside of those cars and actually feel like you're inside of a real car, and you can look around with your head and see people coming up on the side of you. Like in a video game version, you got that stupid little mirrors that are off in the side. You got to hit the back button or whatever to look behind you. This one's just like being in a real car. Like you're looking at the side window, and you can hear the engine getting closer to you. As it runs up. It's like the shit like that. You can't replicate in a standard version of the game.
Yeah, I did iRacing in VR, so you're right. I mean, VR when you're in a racing game is awesome. I did a set of courses in VR too. It's a big difference running them in VR. But you better remember. But you better remember where your shifter is and stuff like that when you're playing, because you can use shifter or paddle shift in a lot of those games. And that's what I was doing. So yeah,
you kept grabbing your dick. Is that what happened?
Nah, I knew where the shifter was. It comes natural, baby. Like when you're in a real car, you know where your shifter is, you know where you put it. I'm talking about paddle shift.
That is one area.
Yeah.
It's definitely one area where I could see loving VR is for racing games and even flight sims. That would be awesome.
Oh man, and Flight Simulator is in VR on PC.
Dude, I just bought a $4. It's called Goalienator. It's like a goalie shooting simulator for us ice hockey goalies, and already like I felt the difference it made to me, because you got your two hands and you see the pucks flying at you, and it helps with your tracking and your speed, and you can turn up the shots. You can have them doing one-timers, and you can have all these like other types of games. And it's super cool. And you're pressing your trigger and closing up your trapper just like you would your real glove. It's wild. You're watching like the pucks fly off. It's freaking cool, man. Like it's little shit like that, like that. Again, you can't get with regular style games.
Who remembers when they had like little VR thing that you hook to your phone?
Oh God! You slide your phone in.
Turn it to VR and put it in VR mode. I was like,
you pop your phone in the thing. Yeah, you pop your phone.
You remember those?
And then you put it on your head and your phone's in. You're like, whoa!
Just curious. Did anyone ever try the Labo VR that Nintendo did?
Really?
I have not. No.
Really?
Really?
No.
Perry's shaking his head. Did you try it, Perry?
Yeah, we have it downstairs. I have like 10 boxes of that stupid thing.
Oh,
You might as well just go back to
what
Virtual
was
Boy,
that
man.
like? I'm curious.
Just
I've
go
never
back to
heard anybody that
Virtual
had
Boy,
it.
dude.
I mean, it
You
was
go
all
go
right.
ahead
It
and
was
do that.
shockingly all right.
Oh wow!
My wife built like this thing that moved. It was like a little, what was it, a helicopter or something with the little Joy-Cons or whatever.
Hmm?
I have a video on it somewhere on my channel. I don't even know. It was a long time ago, but it was all right.
Interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't anything spectacular, but it was all right.
Have those Labo, have they held up after all these years?
I don't know.
It's
They're still in the
fire
box.
starter now.
I didn't even open half
I'll
of
end up
them.
in the recycling bin.
Yeah. That is correct.
It's Nintendo selling you cardboard.
Hey, your wife said you got them all still.
Yeah. It's still sealed because we only opened one of them.
Oh my God. Hold on to it forever.
He bought her all sorts of Labo, and she gave him back hers.
Boo.
Only Nintendo. Yeah, only Nintendo can get away with selling fucking cardboard, right? Jeez.
Yep.
And it's not the first time they did it either. You remember the e-reader cards and shit.
Yep. I still have that.
Yeah, I still got a bunch laying around too.
What we're thinking. Alrighty, let's move on to, I guess, to topic number 2. Now, most of us here, based on our age groups here, I would say a lot of us remember quite vividly when Terminator 2 came out. It was not only one of the best movies of its generation and still regarded as an instant classic, but it spawned a shit ton of video games at the time as well, including Terminator 2, the arcade game, which is quite popular, which I don't know if anybody has the arcade 1-up version, but it's pretty cool. I'm jealous if you do because I wanted to buy that one. We had the arcade game, came out on the Super Nintendo, the Genesis, and they had a few side scrollers. I know, like Perry said, I think Acclaim made a Terminator 2 side scroller, and now it is getting a new lease on life. It is called Terminator 2D. It is being totally remade, sort of from the ground up, but with that 2D 3D-ish kind of graphics aesthetic going on. The video looked absolutely amazing. So what's your fond memories of the old Terminator games, and is anybody here like absolutely super excited for this sort of surprise left field announcement? I know I am.
The one in the arcade with the guns. You and your friend could be on the other side, and both of y'all trying to take down the Terminator. That was awesome in the arcade.
That was very cool.
Damn,
I still play the shit. Anytime I go into an arcade
Man, I played
that
that.
has it up, I'm playing the shit out of it. The arcade game.
Uh-huh.
I had
know.
my original Xbox just to play that stupid arcade game.
Yeah. I wish
That's
they had
funny.
brought that out.
And then I still even fire
forgot
it up
all
on
about
Genesis.
that.
I'll break out my arcade stick. It feels nice.
I wish they had brought that out for the PlayStation and the Dreamcast with the light guns. That would have been awesome.
That would have been really yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
I never played any of the arcade versions or any of the Sega Genesis versions. I never played any of the 2D Terminator games before, but personally, I am a platforming and 2D kind of guy, and I'm looking forward to playing this.
Okay, here we go again.
Go again, man.
Go again.
Oh my God.
This man.
How do you not play those games? Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. I never played them, so I'm looking forward to this. But I just love 2D. I love 2D anything. It's beat 'em ups, platforms, shoot 'ems. What is it? I don't even know what you call them. Shmups. I guess what we call
I
them.
love Smups. So
But yeah, I just like that shit. Like out of all my friends, like honestly, I think I'm like one of the only ones that like is into that game. I'll be like, yo, let's play the Power Rangers, and they'd be like, no, let's play Mario Kart. Instead of like, what the fuck? Well, or Ninja Turtles. They're like, nah. Streets of Rage, nah.
Well, for those of you who haven't seen the video, I'm going to bring it up for you right now. Here's the trailer.
Take my money now.
Oh yeah.
Fucking rocking out.
Look at that.
Wow.
Wow.
Look at that, dude. That
And we get the Metal Slug vibe out
Yeah, I
of
was
this.
gonna say Metal Slug vibes, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I think I own every single Metal Slug on the PS. If anyone's got it. Yo, this looks so good.
Not naked Arnold.
Yo, you think it's online? You think it's online at all?
I'm not sure. Let's scoreboard the leaderboard.
Could you imagine if we all played and we just had Newf say every line that
that
says in the game?
Oh, the HK.
No, that game was co-op. That game was 2-player co-op on the consoles.
I would love to have Newf just dub over everything that the Terminator says.
September 5th, guys, and there's a pretty cool special edition that you can pre-order for that game too. So,
ooh, that's fun.
Luffy, like, I won't be back.
Funny.
It's pretty weird, and here we are in 2025 and getting excited for a new 2D side-scroller shooter, right?
Retro's coming back, baby. Retro's coming back.
Yeah.
Mental, how did you feel about that trailer, Mental?
8-bit, 16-bit.
I thought it looked pretty awesome, actually. Like a lot of nostalgia there. Looking at that, I'm not typically a side scroller kind of guy, but I don't know. I might get myself talked into that one, just because of that nostalgia. Brought back some memories. That's
well,
for sure.
it's not like this remake of the old game. Like you can see, they have added a lot of stuff to this to make it new, and they followed scenes straight out of the movie, more or less, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And that was part of the nostalgia I'm talking about, like the truck crashing off the bridge there and stuff, right? Now I feel like watching some T2.
It's like what they did
firing
with
up.
They did the same thing with Sands of Time remake. So yeah,
I'm having some screwed up problems with my camera, but I was just sitting here with a big shit-eating grin on my face watching it. So
I hear you, man. Like I'm excited. I mean, I know it's not like the game I'm excited for this year, but it was such a surprise announcement. Like to figure that, like obviously it's made by people fans of the movie and fans of the old games, and they wanted to bring it back. We generally see that when a lot of these new 2D games are made today, they're actually so much better than the old 2D games because technology's come a long way, and there's a lot more they can take a lot more risks now with the type of hardware and stuff. I mean, back in the day, all those 2D games, they didn't have the luxury that devs have now, where they have all these superpowered computers and they have, they don't need massive test teams anymore, especially on games like that, right? So I think there's a lot of advantages to building 2D games because it looks like if you look at a lot of the indie devs these days that are building these like retro throwback 2D, a lot of them are actually quite good. Like I go back and play that one on the Switch, The Messenger, which is kind of like a Ninja Gaiden sort of knockoff game to a sense. And then that's such a good game. The graphics are great and the handle's good. Because there's one thing I certainly have memories of the 2D era, like in the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo's, a lot of 2D games they might have looked good, but they play like shit. Like you go back and play some of those games today, and the timing is awful. Like you can't jump. Like you know what I mean? There's like input lags and jumping problems and level design sometimes the shits. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Judgment Day on the Super Nintendo is like horrible.
Oh,
like
it's brutal, man.
You jump and he jumps like
LJN slaw.
Yeah, and he jumps up with his head down. It's like, what is this guy doing? He's jumping like Pee Wee Herman or something?
Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, man.
Dude.
I think that's pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty cool to bring back the game. So who's picking that one up day one?
Everybody.
Very much I didn't look into the cost. I don't see it being an expensive game. I see it being like 40
bucks maybe? Yeah, $40.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it'll be totally worth it, man. It's nice to see that we're getting stuff like that, and it's like they're making a big deal about its release too,
And if I recall correctly, I think I was watching an interview with the devs there. I think they have plans to actually release this game on like cartridge formats for the old consoles. They might be doing it through limited run.
Well,
I think
that
was
I'd
the
be
plan
down
to
for.
actually bring out this game on a cartridge for the old formats.
Well, Limited Run just got in trouble for that because they just recalled last week Rugrats for the NES.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Apparently, there's a capacitor in that thing that will actually blow out your NES.
Yeah,
Oh,
it'll
good.
nuke your old school NES.
Yeah,
Oh God.
Hmm.
Blow it
Limited
up.
Run.
So, yeah, you Terminator fans, is T2 still like your favorite movie of the series?
Oh yeah, it's 1 and 2. There is no other.
1 and 2.
Oh,
All
dude,
the other movies are guilty pleasures at this point.
Right.
Oh man, come on! You're gonna really trash talk part 3 like that?
Yep.
I don't know.
Oh,
Honestly,
yeah.
what I
There's
enjoyed
3
the
part
most,
3s though.
It's do or die. Jump off a cliff too.
the one I enjoyed most after Terminator 2 was Revelations. The one with, is it Revelations? The one with Christian Bale?
no,
Oh,
that's
oh.
Salvation.
Salvation. Sorry, yes.
Oh my god, that
I
would
actually
hurt my
enjoyed that
feelings.
movie.
Now, like for me, Terminator 2 is obviously the best. That's like the greatest. But right behind it for me has always been Terminator 3. I just love how bleak that film was because it was like, you can't do anything. It's going to happen. You just survive at this point.
Yep.
But I'm also a massive Terminator fan, and after that, then I'll agree with you, Perry. Even though I enjoyed Genesis because I thought it was a fun watch, that's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
But everything they did after that was just like, what the hell are you doing? Like, just knock it off. Just stop.
Yeah, I'll give you 3 to an extent because 3 was fun to watch in the theater. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god, yeah, I had a blast.
Just I wish the casting was a little bit better, but besides that, I mean, it was all right.
Yeah, I've got a soft spot for the first one.
Anybody seen? Sorry,
oh hell yeah, the first one was awesome.
Has anybody seen
my
Edward
brothers.
Furlong like the last couple of years?
Oh, he looks awful.
It's like if I was
Dude, he
doing
looks like
a
some
movie
fat
now,
lady.
I'd like to do a parody where Arnold comes out and goes, "What the fuck is happening to you? John Connor, you let yourself go. I won't even put a bullet in your ass now because you will not let the heart attack kill you before the Terminator day."
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
I got dragged out to the theater to see the first one by my brothers. That I was probably a little younger than I should have been to see it, but it was awesome.
Hey, Dreadpool's here.
Hey. What is up, my friend?
Shout out to
Yeah,
Dreadpool.
well, any further thoughts
What's up,
about
Dread?
that Terminator 2D game?
I'm definitely getting that.
Anything stick out to you guys from that trailer that you're like, wow, that was really cool?
Well, it releases on September 5th, which is 95, the year the movie takes place in.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
That's a nice
That's-
little
Yeah,
tribute.
I thought that was a neat little nod. And it seems like with the Sarah Connor bits they were showing with her in the what was it, that insane penitentiary?
Yes,
Yeah. It looks like that's going to be more of a stealth kind of thing, which that's kind of cool. It just looks like it's going to be a blast. Sign me up day one.
I guess they didn't get the rights to Arnold, right? Because he's the only one not featured.
Oh, Newf.
Well, his character's there. The Terminator's there.
Yeah, but they showed artwork of like Robert
Like
Patrick
the
and
the faces. Oh yeah, that's true.
yeah, his face just isn't in it. So I don't know. Maybe they couldn't get a deal with him. I don't know. What the hell is he doing anyway?
I'm getting old. This is what I'm doing. I'm retiring with my donkeys.
Yeah, so it's a free payday. Just sign the contract.
Yeah. We're going to put you in a
Right,
video.
exactly. Or maybe they didn't show
doubt.
that on purpose, possibly.
He could buy more food for his donkey and his pig or whatever the hell he's got. His horse and his donkey.
And his maids.
Oh yeah, that too.
The maids.
Maybe the maid's like checking his mail and they're not.
Hey, I thought the maid was the same thing. Oops, I'm sorry. Oops, my bad.
Well, they had the naked Arnold in the game, the character there. He was going around. He's in the bar. I remember the song that's on is the Guitars and Cadillacs, isn't it? Guitars and Cadillacs, hear Billy music.
Oh,
That game looks like more fun than Terminator Genesis game.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it is.
Oh god, that game.
They
Yeah,
put it
that
out for
game.
Genesis? I don't even remember that.
Yeah, they released a
they
couple
were.
of like PSN games or like Xbox Live games, and that was like one of them.
Oh, well, I'm glad I went out of my way to miss that one then, I suppose.
There's a Dark Fate game that came out like a year ago on PC, and it's like an RTS game. It's like nobody cares.
Yeah.
The Terminator game. The Terminator game that came out about 2 years ago, the one that's made by the same guys who did RoboCop, that was actually quite good.
Yeah, that one was good.
Terminator Resistance, isn't it?
Oh, that
Yep.
was that first person. I've heard a lot of good things about
Yeah,
that.
the team
that
that
one-
did the RoboCop game, that was their first. Well, I don't know if it's their first game, but that's the game they did before RoboCop. The only sad point about that, my downside to that game was I would have liked to have seen the present day at some point in that game, but they did the whole thing in the future. But it was really cool. I mean, great soundtrack, really cool enemies, and
They didn't get Arnold for that one either.
And no Arnold in that game, no likeness or nothing. No,
Yeah,
it's weird. They might not have the
Must be
budget
charging
back
up the
then,
ass.
but they obviously. Well, I'm sure Peter Weller probably comes a lot cheaper to get than Arnold would probably be.
Oh, I would imagine so.
Like Peter Weller is not known for too many movies outside of RoboCop, right? Maybe The Abyss.
Well, he
You
did.
know.
He Peter Weller did have a run for a bit because I know he was on Sons of Anarchy for a while.
Yeah,
Right.
Peter
He was
Weller
showing
got
up
a
on
lot of.
some different shows.
He's got a lot of movies and TV under his belt. He really does.
Yeah.
You just don't think about him when you see him because he got older, so it's hard to recognize him sometimes.
What's going on, Files of Horror? What's going on, Fazza, Anthony L, Talos Ray, Cougar Man? Good to see everybody here. Dreadpool's in the building.
Oh, yeah, dude.
All right, anybody in the chat picking this game up? If so, give us a yes, give us a no, all that good stuff. And who knows? You never know. Might be coming to Game Pass. Who knows? Certainly a possibility. Speaking of a possibility and things not necessarily coming to Game Pass, what did you guys think about this month's PlayStation Plus games? The shocker
today.
is one of them is today, right?
yeah, I
Yeah,
got
it
him.
was today. Yeah.
Yeah, and guess which one of the
Claim
games, if
'em.
you haven't heard, it's Dragon Age the Veilguard.
Dang.
Wow.
So I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign when a game that's that new is already in PlayStation Plus for no extra charge in your subscription. That probably means
I'm
it's
gonna go
coming to
with
Game
bad
Pass
sign.
real soon too. What's that, Mental?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with bad sign.
Seconded.
Tells you it didn't do that well.
Yeah, to be that early, not even a year. That's oof.
Seems like it.
It's doing the
I
walk
mean,
of
no
shame
better time
already.
to try it. Now it's not going to cost you extra money, but to me, that's never a good sign when a brand new game that's not even a year old is already in a service, basically.
Well, it's an
It was
EA
locked.
game, so you know it's gonna be coming to Game Pass. So because we got EA with our Game Pass, so it'll be there eventually.
The
See, I tell you-
has been dominated.
I tell you this: if I had paid full price for Veilguard out the gate, and then to see that, not much, I'd be pissed off, man. You're like, what the hell? But then, and it was because I actually jumped on there before I jumped on the show because I know they had the Cowabunga collection on there, and I'm like, well, I'm downloading the shit out of that, and then I saw Veilguard, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going anywhere near that one.
I know, right? I'm gonna download it though, just to claim
For the
it.
cost of my PlayStation Plus subscription, I might have to try it. Trannies and all, whatever.
See, it's not so much like, I mean, well, yeah, it is part of it because I had seen a lot of stuff on it because I had been interested in. I'm not big into the whole Dragon Age series to begin with, anyway. I just kind of not big into RPGs much anymore.
Mhm.
But it's, I was looking into it because I'm like, I got some people telling me like some of the earlier Dragon Ages were good, and then I started watching a lot of gameplay stuff on it, and it just seems like they were talking about how the game itself, the gameplay and the gameplay engine and shit like that was all dumbed down and everything. And then just watching it, I'm like, this looks just like any other hack and slash I've seen, just with like, experience points. It just didn't look like it appealed to me, really. It's like I could play anything else and get the same thing out of it. And then, of course, the ham-fisted, forced inclusion in there. It's just like, okay, and I've always said, if you're gonna write characters in like that for whatever, gender, creed, race, whatever, make them well-written characters. Don't make their character what that is. You know what I mean? In the case of the one that everybody's talking about, the non-binary one that goes out of their way to make sure that they're referred to as non-binary, it's like that's their character. That's just shitty writing. You know what I mean? And I'm watching this stuff because I was interested in it for a minute, and then I'm just like, well, the gameplay doesn't look appealing, and then the story just seems like it was shoddily written just to appeal to a demographic that doesn't even give a shit about fucking video games anyway. I mean, you have a few, right? But most people out there that they're shoehorning this in for, they wouldn't know where to fucking start.
But that's the point, right? They keep making all these games to try to appeal to audiences that don't really appeal to. Like, it's the never-ending trend in the games industry right now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, there's nothing after just kind of deep diving into it. I'm just going to avoid it. I mean, maybe I'll give it a try, but I almost don't even want to waste the space on my hard drive for it. I know Infinite Hero in the chat says people need to get past their insecurities and play the game, and it's like, if you enjoy it, good for you, man. You got your money's worth. Awesome, right? Cool. But for me, I'm just everything I'm watching, and it's not even like I'm watching like people review the game. I'm actually watching like genuine gameplay stuff and really deep diving into the mechanics and shit. I'm just like, this just doesn't appeal to me. And then the shitty writing is just shit frosting on the turd cake. It just doesn't seem like it's anything for me. But hey, you like it. Good for you. Thumbs up.
Well, like I said, if you've been riding the fence, there's no better time to try the game than now. I mean, obviously, no harm, no foul. I mean, that's like I tell people, go add it to the library. It's there if you ever want to come back and play it. Maybe it's worth a playthrough. Maybe you'll try it out. And you're like, yeah, you know what? That was as bad as I thought it was going to be. And there you go. Delete it from your hard drive and let it kiss goodbye. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm stealing that phrase, shit topping on a turd cake. I like that. I'm picking that. That was good, dude. I like that.
But I will say, and I will say, because Perry just dropped it in the chat too, that I completely forgot that Sonic Colors Ultimate was also put on this month. And now I just got, because I actually got that game day one when it came out and played the hell out of it. I just finished it just recently again.
That's a pretty good lineup for this month.
So those two games are definitely worth it. I mean, the Cowabunga collection and then Sonic Colors Ultimate. If people haven't played that, go out and play it. That's a great boost Sonic game.
Cowabunga collection alone, you got a couple games within it.
Oh,
it's like you're getting one. You know what I mean? You're getting like 5, or I don't even know how many games. Can't remember.
So that's totally
all the Game Boy games. You got all the NES games. You got the.
I already own it.
Game. You got the one from Genesis, the Hyperstone.
Some of them have online too.
Hyperstone, baby.
Yeah, that was my favorite version of that 16-bit Turtles. Like I'm going to probably get hung out to dry on this one. I love Turtles in Time, but when I got Hyperstone Heist and played that, I just think that scratched a better itch for me when it came to those two games. Because it was like it was a bit tougher. The levels were different. You had some different bosses, and I'm just like, ooh, okay. So I'm definitely going to be jamming on Hyperstone Heist soon. Again.
Yeah, I like the Hyperstone Heist myself.
Yeah, and especially because now I won't have to break out my original cartridge. It's right there on my PlayStation.
They even have the Teenage Ninja Turtles the fighting game, the Fighters or whatever it was called.
Yeah, Tournament Fighters.
Yeah.
Now, which version of Tournament Fighters was that?
They have both.
Oh, they got both.
Yeah, I think it's both. They have the Super Nintendo version, and then they have the arcade. I think
the NES version's on there too.
Ooh,
yeah, I think that as well. It's pretty much every Turtles game you can think of, even including the 3 or 4 Game Boy games that came out, the old black and white ones.
Yeah, that I knew about. I knew the Game Boy ones were on there, and I knew the arcade game was. I wasn't sure, and then Hyperstone Heist and Turtles in Time. Obviously, I didn't know the entire package. So, but that's worth it there.
Yeah, and the original controller breaker, Teenage Ninja Turtles on the Super Nintendo. That was considered one of the hardest games back in the day.
Oh yeah, the original one on NES.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You had to use Donatello. He was probably one of the best for that game.
Yeah.
Like I said, retro is coming back strong.
I remember when I broke my son was young and I broke out the original Ninja Turtles on NES because we were on a Ninja Turtles kick. We had played through Turtles in Time, played through arcade game. We're like, now you got to check this out. And I think he got like 5 minutes into it and he's like, yeah, no, please, let's go to something else. And like, you sound like I did back in the late 80s.
Yep.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, it's pretty good lineup for PlayStation Plus. Got to admit, that's one of the best ones in a while. So, yeah.
True.
Does anybody here already have Dragon Age of Belgard? Like, what your impression is of it? If you have played it, anybody?
I had the game on Xbox because we got it.
Oh yeah, you picked up a copy on sale, didn't you?
Yeah, it was $25, and I was like, whatever, I'll try. I usually don't play Dragon Age games at all, but Frank was like, I'm at Walmart, it's $25. I was like, all right, just get it.
Grab it.
I checked it out. I thought it was all right. It's like, it's not like the other Dragon Age games people are saying. It's more like a hack and slash type game, at least from what I've played of it.
Mendel, did you
was all right. I made a midget.
What? No, I just picked it up though on PlayStation Plus, but I never played it.
First, the character created, you put some hair on yourself, didn't you?
Oh man,
yeah, right. That's the first thing I do is pick a character with hair.
Yeah,
I do have to ask you guys, you bald guys, when you're creating a character, you normally create them bald or with hair?
Yes,
always with hair.
always bald.
With hair.
I always go
bald, but I don't care.
I want to
like make
it
fun of
depends on the vibe, dude.
My rock band character don't
I'll either
have
give
no
the
hair.
Jesus hair, or I'll give the emo, like, where are you? Like across the eyes. Like,
oh god, the emo swoop.
Yeah, my rock band character is like me. Bald hair.
I can picture
with
Sir X-Man with some emo
with a
swoop on
goatee.
it.
Yep.
I've had the Rockstar hair thing in my life. I don't need it ever again.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm talking about rock band. Yes, I do have
Vikings. What was his name? The main character from the show Vikings. That's what the hair I got in my Avowed character.
And I do have the belt with the spikes on my character, so I'm good.
I got you.
No, even if I could grow a full head of hair, I'd still shave my head.
Oh,
saves on the shampoo, eh?
I'd rock it.
No, it's just that when you throw that hair like that, it's a pain in the ass to cut after that.
Yeah, it's just a pain in the ass to look after.
Yeah,
can confirm.
I have shaving it. You ain't got to worry about pulling out the razor. I mean, the damn electric razor and all that stuff to get it down low enough to cut
that little taper on the side. Get me that nice mullet, little fluff in the back, dude.
My hair is long.
Put a nice lotion to get a nice shine on it. You're good to go.
Yeah, boy.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, kind of a segue. I should have done it before this, but a segue from the Terminator game is that you guys saw the announcement. I put it in your private DMs. So apparently, Acclaim is coming back. Speaking of retro, Acclaim. I mean, probably of all the companies that got shut down, this is the one I didn't see coming. Now the question is, can they make a good second go? What is their intentions? Are they planning to pick up licensed properties? Are they going to make games on their own? Pick up some developers, maybe buy out some of those developers that got recently shut down. I mean, I really don't know too much other than they're coming back and kind of what is their mission moving forward and can they survive in today's economy? We've seen how Atari has tried to come back on numerous occasions and has failed miserably. So can Acclaim come back? I mean, what are your guys? I mean, anybody who's played a video game in the 80s and 90s got to know what Acclaim is. I mean, they've certainly had their. They haven't had a whole lot of hits, but they have like commercial hits that were just not good games because they did a lot of the licensed games back in the day. Like they had everything from the WWF properties to, like I said, the Terminator game that Perry alluded to earlier. They had a lot of that stuff. A lot of the games just weren't all that good. Don't forget, I think a lot of the LGN games. I think a lot of those were published under Acclaim as well. Flying Edge published a lot of the games on Genesis because they couldn't use certain licensing, so they had to change it to Flying Edge. but it's still Acclaim. Any fond memories of Acclaim, and what do you think is their purpose here?
I'll go real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it will last because the wrestler Jeff Jarrett is involved, and anything with him, it all goes out of business quick.
Yeah, but then he'll just try and bring it back under a different name. So then he'll probably try and resurrect LJN.
Oh God!
So that's how he did, like with TNA, and then he went was a Global Force.
I went to GFW, and guess what? That taping was never released. So,
oh, no kidding.
Of course, I got the front row, and they don't release the damn tape.
And you weren't even on the tape.
It would be easier if somebody would pull up some of the games that Acclaim used to make, so we could get some reference on.
Well, they did
a lot of us don't remember.
Well, Acclaim did a lot of arcade ports too, because they were handling a lot of the Midway stuff like Mortal Kombat and NBA Jam and stuff like that too.
So Acclaim was the one that published the Terminator 2 arcade game.
Yeah, that's right.
Jeff Jarrett said today that they want to bring back Legends of Wrestling, and I'm like, yeah, bring the game back that killed the original Acclaim.
Yeah.
In other words, don't bring back the Dookie.
Well, he's going to bring back Legends of Wrestling to put himself in it.
Yeah, no.
Satius has a good one in the chat. Turok, that was one of their better games that super had success on the N64.
Turok was awesome.
I think the problem
I
is
played the original Turok 1 and 2 on PC, and then I remember renting a Turok game for the OG Xbox. I forget what that one was called.
I remember
those are the games I remember the most from them. I think was the Turok
Revolution or something, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I think like you're right. I think he's right. Yeah.
I still have the original one and 2, I believe, for N64 yet.
Yeah, boy.
Didn't they do a Burnout? I think.
Oh, okay. They did the first Burnout. But then they were bought out by EA, and then EA started doing it because they did Burnout 1, Burnout 2. The EA
look that up.
Rights to it, and then EA created Burnout 3 Takedown. I remember that because Criterion took over.
Yeah, 2002 Burnout 2 Point of Impact.
Yeah.
So I probably rented that for the OG Xbox too.
Yeah, I had that. That was so awesome. And then Burnout 3 Takedown came over, and it was over. It was all over when Burnout 3 Takedown came out. The greatest Burnout ever made. Sorry, I had to do it.
Let's see, I'm just going through some of the list here. It's some of the games you guys might remember. Tiger Heli, Star Voyager, Winter Games, 3D World Runner, Wizards and Warriors. That was a very popular one. They published it. It was made by Rare.
Yeah, that's right. Wizards and Warriors. Holy shit.
Airwolf, Othello.
I played that on the PS. On the
WWF WrestleMania was probably one of their first massive hits.
Yeah.
With Hulk Hogan, remember that on the cover?
Yeah, that pile of trash.
Yeah, it was a shitty wrestling game. They did Knight Rider, Iron Sword series did pretty well for them.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
They actually published Double Dragon 2. It was made by Technos, but they published it.
Yep, that's right.
Narc, Total Recall. I remember that. I think that was one of the games. Arch Rivals, Back to the Future. Yeah, they have quite a few. The Simpsons, Bart versus the Space Mutants. You guys might remember that.
That was fun. That game was fun. That game was fun.
Yeah, they handled the ports for Smash TV and shit. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking back at the list myself now and just like, holy shit, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
I mean, they did a lot. They did a lot with LJN. So like LJN was like, probably like developing the games and then they were publishing them, that kind of shit.
Yeah, no, it's the list of Spider-Man games, Double Dragons. They had a lot of George Foreman boxing.
Spider-Man games. I forgot about that.
Yeah, like a lot of the Simpsons games. That's crazy. Alien 3, WWF Royal Rumble. Again, the LGN and Acclaim was kind of like the same banner, but some were published under there, some were published under Acclaim. But
why can't somebody make a roller derby game? That would be fun.
Yeah, no,
Roll
crazy,
derby
crazy
game.
stuff. No.
Oh my
The
god.
trip down memory lane. Look, I'm excited to see them come back. I mean, simply because we're so used to everything getting canned and just going away. So it's kind of like our childhood is coming back a little bit. With this Terminator notes, it's kind of cool too. But again,
with the Tomb Raiders,
It's what
all
IP though.
with the Tomb Raiders and all the Capcom games coming back, you know what I'm saying? Retro's coming back, dude. We're gonna have Power Stones next week.
well, that's the question. What will these Acclaim guys? Are they going to kind of bring back the retro vibe? Or are they going to try to build like AAA style games? I mean, the publisher is one thing, but you're only as good as the studios that you hire. Right, that's the key. If you don't have good studios, it matters not what the name is behind it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they're gonna have to rebuild their studios. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're gonna be a while.
They were
What
licensed.
IP do they
You
get
look
with
at the
this?
studios that made their games, and they had a lot of different ones between the Game Boy, the Super Nintendo, you name it. But all published under the Acclaim, LJN, or Flying Edge banners, right?
I would love to see a new Knight Rider game, though. That would be sick. With these next gen graphics, that would be sick. I'd buy
That would be cool, but the problem is nobody remembers Knight Rider other than us old geezers.
Yep.
No,
Yeah,
nostalgia is a hell of a drug.
Hell of a drug.
That it is.
Hey,
Hey,
nobody.
we're talking about fucking Acclaim right now, right?
RoboCop was nostalgia, and people loved it. So you never know.
Yeah,
Fair point.
That's
point.
true, but I mean, I like to know the statistics on RoboCop, like who bought it outside of us old geezers.
No, a lot of people bought it. I saw a lot of young people playing.
And it's 12 or 13-year-old kids buying that, or do you go spending $60?
12 and 13-year-old. 12 and 13-year-old kids are too busy playing Fortnite and Minecraft and Roblox.
That's what I'm saying. They're probably spending their $60 or $80 on fucking overpriced Fortnite skins, right?
That's because those older people got the money. That's the problem.
I mean, hell, even Call of Duty is taking advantage of it. Like, how much of that Turtles pack in Call of Duty right now? It's ridiculous.
And Turtles is not a young kid generation thing. It's an older person generation characters. You know what I'm saying? They really don't. Some of them might know through their parents, but most of them don't care about Ninja Turtles.
No, Ninja Turtles has been a franchise that's been running forever. Ever since Nickelodeon's had the license.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Nickelodeon's got the license. That's been all over the damn place.
That's right.
Well, I'd say my favorite Acclaim game was hands down was probably when Sega Genesis I bought the WWF Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble, WWF Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like the Royal Rumble one. It was good. That was the first time like you had that mode and you're tossing everybody over the ropes.
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Anybody else have a favorite Acclaim memory or moment?
Hell, they're Mortal Kombat ports because they were pretty good. And then of course the NBA Jam ports.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yeah, the first NBA Jam. Oh, Lord.
Hell yeah.
Me and my friends together go at it on the Genesis.
He's on fire.
Yep.
Jeez. Nice.
It was ridiculous.
I remember they accidentally put the prototype of NBA Jam out in the first run, and I had Charles Barkley in it.
Yep.
And he found out, and he's like, "Get that off the shelves. You didn't pay me."
I forgot that Acclaim did the motocross games, the Jeremy McGrath games. I forgot about that.
Right. Yeah.
I used to play those on the original Xbox.
Remember all the cheat codes for NBA Jam to change your character to somebody else? when they had cheat codes back in the day.
That's so awesome.
But yeah, I saw but kind of to riff off of Mental's point though, because it's because again I saw the announcement, but I know Mental was saying something about like what IPs are they getting though. I'd just be interested to see what they're really gonna try and bring, because it's really just, hey, we're back, and Double J's running everything, which that's weird, but all right.
Yeah, it's gonna take them a minute to prove themselves again. They're gonna have to prove themselves, and that's the sad part. Yeah. But when you haven't been around in how many years, you got to start all over again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
And-
and it's
and
not like
keep
they're
your-
going to own any of that old stuff, right?
Nope.
No, yeah.
they probably
All
gonna
that
have
stuff
to
where
go
else
out and
it went
try to
elsewhere.
relicense it too. Now, if nobody's been using the license, then it's just sitting there. If they could get the license back,
Mhm.
if they're just
Potentially,
sitting
yeah,
out,
if they want to buy it.
right? Especially since nobody wants to do older stuff anymore, so they can get a new license and then maybe bring it to a newer generation and revamp them with new graphics, new way of play, and all that fun stuff. So you never know.
The infamous modernize it.
Right. Somebody had got it. But I'm sure Turok's gone from them because other studios have made Turok's. So I think Turok must be gone. They might not get that one back. But
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see, though. It's nice, like Newf said originally, it's nice to see something old coming back, especially given all the shutdowns and stuff.
And you know what's cool? They might get the Burnout license back because EA hasn't used it in like forever.
Well, let's hope that they learned a few lessons along the way and they try to avoid exact sort of shit that obviously caused them to go under. I would say one of it was overpaying for a lot of licenses, and that's great if because I think we can all agree. We went from back in the 80s and 90s to having like way too many licensed games, and they weren't all that good. To now, we basically you don't see enough licensed games because all these great movies come out and there's nothing to support them whatsoever. You know what I mean? Which is kind of sad. So I think the roles have flipped, and a lot of times now we see successful licensed properties. They're loosely based off movies or characters, but are built on their own stories. I mean, like the Spider-Man games from Insomniac are not based around a set movie or a set comic or whatever. They're their own stories, and they're obviously have their own Insomniac take. Hence, that Spider-Man suit alone is a suit that was designed by Insomniac. It didn't appear anywhere else to my knowledge. We see the Batman Arkham games, again, based around Batman, but they're not based off of a previous property. Like, they weren't based off a movie or nothing. It's not like in the old days, if you had a Batman game, it was based on a movie, right? Batman or Batman Forever. A lot of times the games were either half decent or absolutely sucked, but there was very few standouts. I went, wow, that was an incredible game. Even recently Ubisoft did the Avatar game, right? We haven't seen a lot of license, but they did Avatar, but that was also wasn't based strictly around the movie. It was loosely based on the movies. And I would say the RoboCop game is one of the best exceptions to the rule.
Yeah,
because they used the license, but they built a new story. They basically built it in and around the timeline of the original RoboCop, with stuff that people could recognize and identify with without making it corny or watering it down or whatever.
These aliens games is a good exception too.
Isolation. Mm-hmm. And then on top of it, I think the thing is, because it's interesting that you made the point about licensed games and how we don't see a whole lot of them anymore. There was for a time, and I want to say about 6th and 7th, more like 6th, 7th gen. So original Xbox and Nintendo GameCube and shit, and then Xbox 360 and PS3 and shit like that was Activision was handling a lot of that. They had the 007 license. They did a couple of really standout Transformers games that they released too.
They had the Spider-Man license.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, Activision fell on I don't want to say rough times because obviously it's Activision, but as far as it went with their licensed titles, and then they pulled everything. They're just like, we're not doing licensed games anymore, and then we're pulling everything. They didn't re-up any of them.
They just doing Call of Duty. That's all they're doing back then.
And so then it was and now the one studio now that's out there that's doing a lot of these licensed titles, and it's back to the whole old nostalgic feelings of LJN where they're just trash. It's that Game Mill Studios. So I think that's why we don't hear a lot about it anymore, because now they're falling back onto that whole, licensed games are garbage kind of thing. It's no, they can be good. There was a track record there for a good 5-10 years where there were really good games come out. You know, like you mentioned, like the Batman Arkhams, you know, the Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah.
And
well,
shit
one of
like
the most
that.
successful licensed games in the last 3 or 4 years has been Hogwarts Legacy.
You know who?
Yeah.
You know
Based on
who's
the
coming?
Harry Potter universe, but doesn't even feature Harry Potter, oddly enough. But it turned out to be a phenomenally successful game, despite
Right.
the backlash and people trying to get it shut down because they didn't like some shit that J.K. Rowling had basically said. Thank God for that.
The only one that I'm not disappointed in that's slowly starting to get back to their roots, and I never thought I'd ever say that, EA, they're starting to get back to their roots. And I'm proud of them for that. Not just with the new Battlefield, but a lot of other games. You know, they still keep bringing out good, decent Need for Speeds now. They were crap for a minute, but they're bringing them back. And a whole lot of other games and stuff. And I hear they're going to put Mass Effect in the old way it used to be, the new Mass Effect. So I'm having hope for that.
Well, that's because they shit the bed with Outlaws.
Oh yeah, but no, they've been doing that before the Outlaws. Though they've been trying to get back to their roots.
Yeah,
They realize people are being disappointed in EA a lot lately, the past few years. You know, especially with these the Battlefronts and
oh yeah,
and a couple of the Battlefields that were okay, like Battlefield 1 and then Battlefield 5. They were kind of okay, but they still didn't feel like a Battlefield. So they're getting back to their roots. Plus, the Inquisition thing, I think that was a test. They messed up on that one. But it is the last, what's that game you guys were talking about earlier? That RPG game? Dragon Age, right. They fell off a little bit. I think they were just trying to rush that out, even though they were working on it for years. And EA probably said, we're just going to get this out now. You know, and I hate when companies do that, rush people to the end of a game just to put it out. You know, if you need to take your time, take your damn time. You know?
Yeah.
I hate when they do that because that's how you ruin a game. And
Jedi
that's a
Fallen
fact.
Order and Jedi Survivor were both decent games.
After they fixed Jedi, fixed
Yeah.
Jedi, the second one.
Yeah.
They had a lot of problems in the beginning, but that's because they was rushing. And I say this all the time. I've been saying this for years and years. In single player game, where are your beta testers? Where are they? Go through all the game and tell you what's wrong and all that, and you fix it before you put it out. I think beta testers are gone, dude. I don't think a lot of them use them.
Oh, we're all here. Beta testers are here.
I was just going to say we're all the beta testers now.
This time we just pay. We don't just get the free beta. We just pay.
They don't put us on the payroll. We test all their games for them, and they come back with like patches every fucking week.
That's right.
Yeah,
Love it or
it's so sad.
The
love
trusted
it or hate
PR
it though.
speak. The trusted PR speak. We trust our community feedback. Yeah, because we're testing a game for you because you released a half-assed piece of shit.
After we paid for it.
Boat.
Yeah.
Full boat.
Yeah, love it or hate it, though, this is where AI could really help the game industry tremendously. Properly trained AI for beta testing games and finding bugs and glitches and issues, it could clean things up a lot and do it way faster than humans could.
Yeah, but I don't want AI learning too much. It could be the end of
You want
everything.
Terminators? This is how we get Terminators.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Or
already learning too much.
Cylons. Or the Cylons. I mean, we're screwed.
I agree with you, Mental, on that point. I really do, because that makes perfect sense, and that would be a logical use of AI. But, goddamn well, these companies aren't going to do it. They're going to use the AI to just create the damn game so that they don't have to pay actual developers anymore.
Yeah, well, I'll caveat what I said, too, with every bug the AI finds needs to be reviewed by a human. Because what AI determines as a bug might not necessarily be a bug.
And it could mess up something else.
Yeah, the potential is extremely high for it doing a really good job at it, though. I mean, I won't even tell you, Proto, what we use AI for at work.
I believe it for anything, you know what I mean? I mean,
Well, see, the AI
it does stuff in minutes that would take my team 6 months to accomplish.
Oh,
They can do it in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
The AI will go on probability, but the human nature within a game is unpredictable. That's the thing that can track on the bug. They could do something that the game never thought of happening, and they'd be like, "That's a problem."
Well, and that's where I say, like, a well-trained AI can replicate that. It's not going to think like a human in every case, but you can train it what to look for. That you can take examples of what humans find and train the AI to look for those. And every time it misses one, you retrain and add what it missed. And you just keep doing that, and it keeps getting better and better and better.
And that's where the danger of the end of the world comes from.
And then this is how we
Exactly.
but no, I agree with you, Mental. I really do. But it's just the way the industry itself is talking about the way it wants to use AI doesn't seem like that's the route they're going to go. It's like they're not going to use the power for good. They're going to use the power for evil.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, I guess it depends on your perspective. If you're the guy running the company and you're the one looking for efficiencies, they are using it for good. If you're sitting on the other end of that and you're the person losing your job over it, well, then you've got the opposite opinion.
Right,
but,
right.
The way we employ it, it's a tool that assists the people we have working for us to make them more efficient and faster. And it catches stuff and correlates, like I say, I can't say too much, but it's pretty amazing, and it's going to allow me to do a lot more with the resources I have. And that just means growth. In the long run, that means growth.
Yeah.
In the 60s with Star Trek and Doctor Who back then, they were talking about AI even back then. And then both them shows were showing evil AI way back in the day. Now look at where we are 60 years later, dude. It's coming.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Star Trek told the truth back in the day. Look at all the stuff we got now.
Oh, yeah. Well, even just rewatch The Matrix.
Yeah.
You're just sitting there going,
I read about the thing where they link or whatever, they link the Matrix to, it's like a prequel to the Terminator or something like that.
Oh,
like if you look that up online, there's like a video or whatever. There's a lot of connections, people say, to those.
Yeah, the Matrix, that's still one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah. Look it up on Google. They say they're connected. It'll explain it a lot better than I could. So,
speaking of licensed properties and stuff, what's probably your standout top licensed property ever that anybody's played? Prairie.
Top licensed property? I would probably go with like Turtles because they had so many games when I was growing up.
Okay. Any particular favorite in the Turtles games that was your ultimate?
I would say the arcade game, the very first arcade game.
Okay.
That's my favorite.
Co-op arcades, good choice. Proto?
Oh, God, this is so hard. I was dreading it. I was dreading once you brought that question. Just because Perry mentioning Turtles, that's going to be a very close second for me. But I got to go with the Transformers: The War and Fall of Cybertron games because I feel like that took the formula that Gears perfected off of RE4 with that over-the-shoulder shooter gameplay, and it made it dark and gritty, and it just. And I'm just a Transformers nerd, and to get a good Transformers game, it was like, oh!
Yeah, good call. Going back with a couple of retro
games. You just talk about Acclaim or anything?
I think you're just talking in general.
No, anything in general. Anything in general. Maybe it wasn't a Acclaim game, but what's your favorite licensed property game of all time?
Oh, mine. Everybody know what mine is.
What's that?
Tomb Raider.
Ooh,
But Tomb Raider.
That was an licensed
property.
X-Man.
Tomb Raider's an original IP. It's not based off of a movie or a show. There was a movie based off the game, right? So that's the difference. It was a movie based off the game, but Tomb Raider was an original IP.
Let me think about that for a minute. Come back to me.
Okay, you can think about it.
Gotcha. No, they did make a movie for Tomb Raider. No, that was after. I know. I'm just messing around.
You goofy bastard.
Oh man.
Dread FPW, he picks Indiana Jones.
That
was a great one. That's a well done. Then there's another one, right? Another well known IP. Fantastic, right? They did a great job with that.
Yeah. That is, dude. That's not a bad one.
Wicked Hot?
I'm not. I know some of the games were based off the franchises, but I know some of them. I'm not sure if they're all are. But 007.
Oh yeah,
some of the games were. I'm pretty sure like
GoldenEye.
Yeah, I mean you got GoldenEye. You got was it Day After Tomorrow? Not Day After Tomorrow. Jesus Christ, it's a different movie.
Nightfire.
I can't even fucking remember them right now. You had the 360 ones. The 360 ones really weren't that bad, to be honest. But obviously, I think it really shined, obviously, in the N64 era.
Oh, I know my number one.
Okay, go back. What's your number one?
The Chronicles of Riddick Butcher Bay.
Oh, there you go.
That's my favorite.
You took mine. You took mine.
Bloodstone. That's what it was.
I did not know you were going to pick that, dude.
He's like, you son of a bitch.
I was hoping nobody else would pick the same one as me, but that was what I was going to pick.
Well, we think alike sometimes.
True.
But that was the best rendition of Chronic I've ever seen in any game.
It was so well done on the Xbox, and the fact that they got Vin Diesel and his whole studio, like he invested in that studio to help make the game. And the likeness was good. The graphics were awesome at the time. Good action, stealth, and loosely based around events prior to Pitch Black.
And when he switched to his vision, oh man, that was sick. When his vision came up, oh man, that was a great game. And the puzzles were awesome in that game.
And oddly enough, some of the team that helped create Indiana Jones and the Great Circle were some of the original people that worked on Butcher Bay.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, that team at Starbreeze got dissolved into a bunch of different places, but I know some of them were picked up by Bethesda. That group that made that game.
And the older Star Wars games, the Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2.
There you go.
Okay, I'm done. And my Star Trek video games that come out from time to time. That was it. I'm done.
Nice. Mental?
Man.
I told you that's why I paused, because that's a tough one, ain't it?
It is tough, man. It is tough.
And now that you've mentioned Chronicles of Riddick, I might just have to leech off that, because that was something back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And it was so impressive for its time. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
It would look good in this generation. It would look that good. Still.
That's one of those games that could use like an up-to-date remake.
I just got bit hard by the nostalgia bug. I'm just looking it up at that just for fun in Edmonton there, Newf. They've got them all. Or they've got quite a few of them. I might have to make a trip. Pick those games up.
Yeah, so it sounds like Chronicles of Riddick for you. Anything else? Or maybe something that was really bad, that it was a licensed game that you just couldn't stand?
E.T.
Yeah.
Oh God, don't do that. Oh,
jeez.
The best one was E.T.
Man.
You can still find them in the ground in Nevada, buried.
Yep.
Oh,
that game was so bad.
Man.
Me and a friend of mine rented that back in the day.
Oh,
it was horrifying.
I've got 5 copies of it.
That's awesome.
You got them buried in your own stuff, landfill out back, do you, or what?
Nah, I got a whole bunch of copies of Atari cartridges.
Wow.
I had a
They're
copy.
probably worth something one of these days.
Yeah, they probably would be.
My Sega Master System with the light guns are worth a lot more than all the Atari.
Damn.
Yeah, it's actually.
I'm just gonna say I'm just gonna leech off of that because he picked mine before I got to it. But I was gonna say Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay, just because it was a phenomenal game. I don't have to say any more than that. I just thought that was such a cool thing. The graphics, Vin Diesel doing the voice, the atmosphere of that game was awesome, and you really did kind of feel like you were Riddick. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. It's how well they make you feel like you're part of the game, and being a first person one too. Like that was also pretty cool. Like you didn't see a lot of games that went that route especially at the time. But that was definitely a great game. More recently, I would say one of the best IPs that didn't get enough recognition, in my personal opinion, was the Mad Max game that came out a couple years ago. That game was incredible.
That game was good. I got that game. That was good.
That was a great game that never got enough recognition for how well it was done, but that was such a cool game. And probably the biggest disappointment for me was EA and DICE in the original Battlefront game. And the reason I say that because from a graphical standpoint, that Battlefront game looked incredible. Built on the Frostbite engine, that game was so good. It looked good. It was like they had everything. They had the feel, they had the look, they had the level design. The multiplayer wasn't bad, but it was just so disappointing because it felt like they missed the boat on that one. Like it was the old school Star Wars. It's based on the original trilogies, the original movies that we grew up with, but they missed the boat because of it was a very lacking game. It didn't have a lot of modes. It didn't have an actual campaign. All that sort of stuff. So to me, that one was like the one. It was like it sort of nailed it, but it didn't. Some things went really well with Battlefront 2, but I just love that original game. But it just to me like it was one of the biggest missed opportunities I think by EA and by DICE on that particular game. I know that part of it was too they had too much on the go that year. They were trying to do double duties. I think that was the year that I think it was Battlefront 1 that came out alongside of that game, if I'm not mistaken. Or it might have been Battlefield 4. I don't remember quite well if it was 4 or if it was 1, but I remember the DICE was just getting off of one of the Battlefield games and then trying to bring out a Battlefront game. It's like, man, like you're stretching your studios too thin to be trying to make a massive property like that, you know?
Yeah.
The best ones were the Star Wars game where you had the Apprentice. I just the name of it.
What is it?
God, because I
know I just had it.
Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed. 1 and 2 were
Force Unleashed, yeah. Because I actually I have it for
Great
Xbox
games.
360, and then I have the
Those are
Nintendo
cool
DS
games.
version.
I like those.
And next to the Knights of the Old Republic, those are honestly two of the
So
best
good.
Star Wars games.
I'll take the Force Unleashed games any day over those Jedi ones, those Fallen Orders and stuff.
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
Oh,
the Force
fuck
Unleashed
yeah.
was so much better, dude. Than the
All
Jedi.
day, every day.
Yeah. See, it's good to have
I
an
like,
old guy in there. Isn't it?
Oh shit!
Jedi Dark Forces 2.
Oh man, yeah, I
Oh
remember.
yeah,
that.
Dark Forces. Yeah,
Dark Forces 2. I love that one because like halfway through the game you would sort of select whether you're going to go light side or dark side.
Yep. Oh, I remember that.
I remember getting to that decision point thinking, okay, yeah, I'll probably pick the light side, whatever. Didn't even give me the chance. Put me on the dark side. I guess it was killing all the people in that town that I was just at that caused that. I'm not sure.
There was one that was PC
I
only.
didn't get a choice.
There was a Star Wars game that's PC only that is still played very much, and that's the Star Wars Academy game. That is still played to this day by a lot of people, and that is a great game. Funny, ain't it?
Alzheimer's or Budweiser's.
Whatever.
Yeah. Dark Forces 2 was a lot of fun, though. I played the heck out of that game. And other than that spot, like I say, in that town, I got stuck. I couldn't figure out where I had to go. and I got bored.
I know
so
what
I just
you're
started
talking
killing
about.
everybody.
I know what you're talking about, right? When you come out of that door and you're like, and then you see this like, it looks like a big giant walls everywhere. Like, what the heck do I do?
Yeah,
Like I
I
say,
just couldn't figure out where I had to go, and there was all these people there, and no one's helping. So I just slash them if they didn't give me any information, and eventually I had everyone dead, and then I'm like, oh, there's the door. Walk over, go through. And it's like, how did I not see that? But yeah, it was
the dark side. My
Yeah,
son.
Joe Dunmo
Yeah.
in the chat. What's going on, Joe?
Joe.
But you were an
Yeah.
apprentice of Darth Vader, so I mean, come
Oh
on.
my god.
Yeah, it just
Well,
told me.
it's-
It literally said, because of the choices you made, you've been seduced by the dark side. And I'm like, oh.
Well, that
Nice.
happened, I guess.
It's funny you mentioned Dark Force because the first time that I ever, as a kid, the first time I ever wanted a PC was when I saw, I think it was Star Wars TIE Fighter. When I saw
Jedi
it
TIE Fighter.
on
TIE Fighter.
PC, I was like, man,
That's
I want a
right.
PC. And then my nephew had a copy of Dark Forces, and I was like, oh my god, this was awesome.
That's
Oh
sick.
man! But the greatest video game was the original arcade version of Star
Yes,
Wars.
X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, that's the one.
That-
was
yeah,
great.
the,
That was a good
Yeah,
one. I remember.
Yeah, I
that.
remember
the
that.
original one that was in the arcade. Man, that was so much fun. Use the Force, Luke. Man, I
Don't
put
forget
so
the
many.
Super Star Wars
Yeah,
trilogy on
geez.
Super Nintendo. Those were quite good. They were hard, but they were good games.
Oh, they were. Yeah, I was just talking to a buddy of mine about those because I have all three of them, and
Yeah.
he's getting into Super Nintendo collecting, which I told him don't.
Oh
It's
man.
way too much
Remember-
money now.
Who remember
But
Jedi
I'm like, they're good,
Starfighter?
but they're difficult.
You remember Jedi Starfighter?
Oh hell yeah!
That game was awesome.
Oh, we got to talk about old Star Wars games that were fun. Old licensed Star Wars shit. You get Rebel Alliance, or not Rebel Alliance, Rebel Assault.
Yeah, that was a decent game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I even like that one that was on the N64. It was a launch title, Star Wars Shadows of the Empire.
Oh, Shadows of the Empire.
I
That was a
had
good
that
one.
one. Yes.
Wow.
Dash Rendar.
Yep. All the extended universe stuff.
Yeah. That's
But
pretty cool.
the last Star Wars one that EA made, the big Battlefront one, that was not bad. The second rendition of Star Wars Battlefront that they made, that one was pretty good. I like that one because you could be all the characters with the superpowers and stuff like that. So that one wasn't bad to play online.
Oh
It was fun. And they had missions in it where you could go with your friends and accomplish some of the missions. That was not a bad Star Wars game.
Nice.
All this other crap they making. Yeah.
Cool
Sorry.
beans, guys. Well, we're getting close to ending the show. Is there any other topics or anything that people want to bring up before we bring in Mr. Handy Andy?
Yeah, Tony Hawk 3 and 4 are coming
Tony Hawk 3 and 4,
again,
speaking of retro.
The Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades. I fucking can't wait, dude.
It was announced on 3/4. Anybody catch that one?
Oh, yeah.
January,
that,
July 11th.
Awesome. I fucking can't wait, dude.
Mhm.
Yo, you get 3 days early access, and if you look
Yeah.
at some of my tweets, I screenshotted what else comes with it because you get the Doom Slayer as a playable character.
Yep.
And something else from Doom that's a playable character. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
the Revenant.
The Revenant, and then I think you get
Wow.
probably a couple other things. But if you get the collector's edition for $130, comes with the board again, which is pretty fucking.
Oh
sick.
yeah, I'm buying this because I want the whole collection. I own the 1 and 2. I want this other one for the whole collection. And then
I
if you
almost
come
want
out,
1 and 2.
if you come out with the next one, Project 8, along with the other Tony Hawk,
Yo,
because I love Project 8.
Listen, X-Man, it's gonna take them a minute to get to Project 8. They ain't gonna start jumping all over the place.
I know, but
They
man,
gotta go in order. We gotta go.
I know,
We gotta go
I know,
fucking
I know.
Underground, American Wasteland. I want Project 8. Believe me, brother. I'm right
Man, with that time slowdown that they
there.
had
You know
in
what
the
you're
game,
doing? You're doing
oh
the flip
my,
trick with your friggin'
Hey, you
analog. You whip
and you
down,
can do the
flip
time
it over.
slowdown. And your friend saw you doing the time slowdown, And when you were online, I was like, "Oh, that is so sick."
Yeah, buddy. I'm like, oh, I see him doing that. I'm gonna fuck up his score.
Yeah, buddy.
But there was some good Tony Hawks back then in the day.
Fuck yeah, dude. And great
this
tracks,
is
great music.
It's funny. Tony Hawk, there was a hack that just came out for the Xbox 360, a soft mod. And you need Tony Hawk's American Wasteland for the Xbox 360 to do the soft mod. So of course that game went from being $20 to being $90.
Of course it did.
God. Is it still 90?
It went up in like an hour. As soon as word got out that you can use that to hack the Xbox 360, shot all the way up.
Wow.
Wowzers. I need it. No.
Oh yeah. If you have it, you're good.
Yeah. Dude, now I just want to play Tony Hawk all night now.
All night long. Maybe me and you get in the match. Maybe we can get in the match. I have it.
Nice.
Dude, I would love to. After this, I'm going passing out. But I got it on everything. I got an Xbox, PS.
Yeah, we can go destroy the school.
Oh, so many great walks down memory lane today. It was awesome. Great conversations. We're going to get ready to wrap the show unless there's anything further. Like the Split Fiction comes out on the 6th already. Looks like it's getting fantastic reviews. So don't forget to check that one out. The latest from Hazelight and Joseph Fares, that exciting guy. Likes to drop the F-bomb on Keely's shows. It's great stuff.
I almost want to get it.
I'm looking forward to it. Definitely want to pick up a copy of that for sure. I really love It Takes Two. If anybody ever wants to play It Takes Two with me, by all means, send me a message. I'll be happy to play with you. If you've never tried that game before or just looking for someone to complete it with.
I don't play old games. I don't play old games.
What are you, a PlayStation guy? This guy's a Sony pony. He don't play old shit.
You don't play old games, but you remake some old games.
That's right.
Come on, you know I play old games. I still play Rainbow Six Vegas sometimes. I fire it up, so come on.
You just gonna play Tomb Raider for the rest of your days, aren't you? There,
damn fucking right. I put
bury the man with his games, and that is all.
I put all my Tomb Raiders in a spot. Well, all I gotta do is go to my Tomb Raiders and play it. You know, all of them. You know how you can set it up on the Xbox where you can put all your games in a category and have a square and scroll down and go play. Yeah. I set all my Tomb Raiders up right there.
Man, I'm the same fucking way with all my Sonic games, dude. I have a little Sonic. I got my main games, which is what I'm playing. Then
they call it a group. You put it in a group, right?
Yeah, like a group. My second group is Sonic. It's literally like Sonic 1, 2, 3, Part 4, Part 1. You know what I mean? 4, like Colors, the Adventures. Like I have them all. It's dope. Man,
it's gonna be.
It's
sick.
handy, baby.
All right, boys. The long way to return.
Uh-oh.
There you go. It's been a long time since he's had a hand up his ass.
Oh, mama. It's only
you guys ready for him? Here he goes. Coming in.
Look at Perry's hand. Perry's hand was over it. What's he doing?
Hey, Handy, you're back. I hope you missed me, you sons of bitches. Oh, it's so good to be here. What's everybody doing?
Hanging out, bro.
Sexy controller. Oh my god. Oh, look at that.
Andy, that hair whip.
You ready for your
wet moist with that awesome controller?
Oh, you ready
how
for
you doing, guys? First, I want to say hello to each and every one of you. Let's play a little ProtoFoxy. Hello, Proto, you long time son of a bitch. What are you doing? Yeah, we got to say hello to you.
Living the dream there, Andy.
Oh my god, look at that. It's a Jack Black fucking doll. Oh, I want to fucking rub my hands together.
Oh my god.
That's some cool Minecraft. Oh, he's rubbing the nipples. Oh, it's making me so excited.
Oh my god, yes.
And how you doing, you dirty mummy, like Sir X-Men?
Oh, I got your first question. Are you ready for me?
I love questions.
Are you ready?
We also got Mental Mine early show. What's going on, Mental? It's good to see you, buddy. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I think it's been about a year or maybe even over
Very
it's
long
been
time.
well over a year, man, and I'm fucking crusty. Like, seriously, I haven't even jerked it in a while. I'm just fucking clogged up that one, man.
That's why you get the
Hopefully
animal right
Newf
now.
can help you with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
Newf does enough. He's already got his hand up my ass. Oh boy,
He's already all blocked up, dude. Don't worry.
He's
We'll give you a nice.
prostate.
We're gonna give you a nice release tonight, there, Andy.
Release. Sir, you're wicked hot. It's good to finally have you on the show. I remember seeing you in the chats all those years ago. I was like, man, he's got a cool name.
Baby.
He's a cool person.
Now you can put the face in the spank bank for later when you want to beat your rat.
Spank. Oh my god.
Yeah, right, take a little memory shot. Boom, right up here. Save it for later.
I should have got a haircut before I came on the show, but it's gonna have to
be a hair whip, dude. Yo, Andy, that hair whip's hot.
Oh, baby, let me tell you.
Look at it.
Real good right there. Okay, so let's get to the question. Somebody says you got lots of questions.
I got one.
Go ahead, Sir X-Man. You got a question?
When Tony Hawk comes out, are you ready to put a skateboard up your ass again?
Oh, baby, let me tell you, I'm going to put it up there sideways and grease that son of a bitch. I'm going to show you what a real ollie looks like. Oh.
He's going to pinch it together with his butt cheeks.
I've got a nickname at the skateboard rink. They call me Tony Cock.
I'm always sucking.
Absolutely, buddy. Let me tell you, when I do a 360, that shit hurts on your ass.
Do a little spin-a-rooney.
All right, let's take another question for the chat. Let's go. Maybe Perry, can you read out the question? Snoop, sorry.
Zah's got
all right. If Windows 11 doesn't keep messing with me here. Frank wants to know, Handy Andy, be honest, does Newf do questionable things to you at 3 a.m.?
Well, absolutely. He does 2 thumbs. It's nasty. I don't like it, but the cool thing about do you guys know what's the most common thing for a puppet to get? Stitches.
Yeah, because you get your asshole ripped.
Absolutely. All right, what's the other question?
We have one for Arnold, but I don't know if he's around right now.
Arnold's not in tonight. I have an exclusive tonight, you sons of bitches. Yeah. You can put the other fuckers away for a week, okay? I haven't been here in like fucking ever.
Dreadpool writes, Handy Andy looks like he's got blower's cramp.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
I spent like most of my teenage years practicing on tailpipes. My fucking tongue's a little bit burnt, and sometimes my jaw gets locked.
God, dude.
Wow.
Hey, Andy, did he at least put you in the washing machine before he stuck his hand up your ass?
Nah, I don't think I'm in the washing machine for a long time. I'm afraid that it might come apart at the seams. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yo, Handy Andy, I got a question. Since you're so used to Newf's hand up your ass, when I was at the airport, they wouldn't let me get this by security. Do you think you could keister this Joy-Con for me so I could play it when we get to our vacation?
I mean, I've got some experience. I mean, I've had cucumbers. I don't think I can fit the whole switch up there, Perry. Jesus. What do you think my ass looks like? A fucking dump truck? Seriously, what the fuck is that?
You think you can fit 2?
I got the 2 pinks.
Just gonna let him hit my head. Yo,
one of the pink and two of
the I got 2 pinks on my Kirby one. Team Pink.
You know what they say? It's 1 in the pink and 2 in the stink. Ah.
Wow, y'all wrong.
Oh, right, dude. And just like Bitcoins, like just let him head like this. Just let him grab you in the forehead.
Oh, that looks like 2 dangling nuts.
Hey, Andy.
That's my baby.
I got a quick one.
Is he gonna do that? Is he gonna do the controller drop? The big red one. It's see-through. Just like a condom, it's see-through.
Hey, Andy, you ever find yourself going outside with Newf and him using you as a glove or a butt warmer?
Sometimes he actually tries to use me to pick up dog shit. It's not very fun. Not a big fan of picking up dog shit.
Wow,
You
that's
clean your ass with a
Sometimes you
toothbrush,
gotta
Andy.
do, because if you don't do those nasty things, sometimes you're gonna get put in the closet. I spent half my life trying to get out the fucking closet.
And you didn't even use no mothballs to keep them fresh? What?
I put mothballs in my
Damn.
fucking pants, and when I fart, it smells like asthmatic fucking carcass. It's weird.
Like an air dryer.
I need a hair dryer. So I
That's
need
very
other than
descriptive.
fucking, that's a shit.
Dryer sheet. Put a dryer sheet in your ass every time you toot. Like,
Toot, 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 magical float.
Yeah, your boat might float.
Well, I had a great time being here. Thanks for all the questions. I will be back in the future. Don't worry, I'm not going very far. There's only
You coming back in the
5
DeLorean?
fingers in your ass. But I had a really good time. And Mental Night Art was really good to see you. I thought you would have like a dozen questions for me, but I know you missed me a lot.
he was nervous.
Yeah,
That
it's
was
good
because
seeing you,
I
Handy.
got more hair than him, but my glasses are so cool. My glasses are almost as cool as Perry's.
Wow.
Those are sweet
Nervous
glasses.
around cute boys.
Damn.
That's right.
Absolutely, man. It's so cool. I really enjoyed it. The chat is always on fire. I swear to God, those guys got fucking flaming hemorrhoids. They're really cool. But anyway, guys, it was awesome. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you soon.
See ya.
Mental can't get away from him. Every time Mental's on the show, Andy comes back.
Yeah, he wants to rub his head.
That's it. We bring Mental in, he brings that back handy.
That's right.
What's going
There
on,
you go.
AEC founder, Mr. Click? What's happening? Good to see you here.
Funny.
Great chat, guys. Tonight. Thanks for the
AEC.
questions. I hope you enjoyed having Andy back. It's always a fun time. Absolutely. It's probably the only podcast going that has an active puppet, but Jeff. Most of them have live action puppets, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
They
yeah.
got Phil
Yeah.
Spencer's hand up their ass.
Oh yeah.
Zing!
Xbox can do no harm wrong. Xbox could fucking throw their company into a volcano and they'd still think it was the coolest shit on the fucking planet.
Wait, you
Because
didn't get
Phil
the script from
Spencer
Redmond?
said so.
Oh my god.
Check your email.
Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap the show. It's been an awesome time. 2 hours has flown by. Let's let our amazing guests get out of here, as well as you guys, and get back to playing some games, because that's what really matters. Mental Night Art, please let people know where they can find you and catch you with Caffeine Entertainment. And for those of you who don't know, all the links are in the description on the bottom of the chat or whatever to this video. So please go click on their social media links and on their YouTube channels if they certainly have one. And we'll see you soon. So, Mental, let people already catch up with you, brother.
Yeah, I'm at Mental9R on X, Mental9R on Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam. And of course, yeah, Newf mentioned it, at Caffeine Entertainment on YouTube. Got quite a few videos there now, getting close to, I think, 80, something like that, 75 or 80. Wide range of content, everything from tearing down a graphics card and repasting and fixing it, all the way through game reviews. So I'm trying to, get my fingers into a whole bunch of different pies there and figuring out what I want to do. Little change of direction possibly coming, but yeah, working through it all. Having a good time doing it, really enjoying myself there. So yeah, check out some videos. Greatly appreciate it. And if you like what you see, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Share it with some friends. Greatly appreciated.
Well, that's the key, right? It's enjoying what you do, and and it's always a work in progress, and there's always a lot of trial and error and see what works and what's not flying, and some of it is just about consistency and just being around, I guess. I mean, like I said, I've been around a long time, and my channel is still fucking small as shit, but that sometimes it has its benefit too, right? Sometimes when you're small, you can do things that other people can't, and that's great. We have a very tight-knit community, a very tight-knit chat group, and I've been able to acknowledge all those guys, which is something that means a lot to me. And I think it means a lot to the chat to know that they are as much as this show as we are. So, yeah, it's good.
No, that's awesome. And, shout out to you again, Newf, for giving me the start and all this crap. Always going to appreciate that till the day I die. It's been a lot of fun, and
it's been a pleasure. And
Yeah,
glad
just
you could
trying to
come
get
back
better
in.
at it, man.
I'll be back.
Don't be a stranger.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I'm always around, man. So if you need a guest,
Hell yeah.
give me the shout out.
Absolutely. Sir X-Man, let people know where they can catch you with your crusty
What do you
old
want?
ass.
What do you want now? What do you
He
want?
doesn't know where he is. It's okay, X-Man. You're at the show. You're at the Game After Dark. Remember?
It's okay, X-Man.
That's
It's
a
time to
bad
go to
time.
bed.
I've been on the
Okay.
show before. I've
got
been a
ice cream in the
regular
fridge,
before,
X-Man.
so there you go. Nah.
Do you like chocolate, vanilla? It's okay, buddy.
Actually, I like strawberry.
Ooh, my man.
Strawberry shakes, and
He likes warm milk and a big nipple.
and
Yes,
the
right,
time
boy.
and the time is coming for Shamrock Shakes, baby. Gotta love Shamrock.
Ooh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, baby.
But you can catch me on Wise old gamer, whatever his name. You know that crazy fool. On Fridays at 5:00 Central. You can catch me on the Dragon's Den with Lemon, 108 Dragon on Saturdays at 5 p.m. Central. And you can catch me back here at Gaming After Dark with Newf Nukem and this crazy bunch of people here, except for the Game Complainer. He's always calm, cool, and collected, unless he's dropping a controller.
We gotta have somebody here that's got some mental insanity, right?
Back
Glow's got
here,
even healed.
I love Lemon at 8:30 Central Time. I knew he was gonna do that at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Go ahead, drop that switch. I dare you. I dare you to drop it. Oh my God, no, he ain't. Is he gonna drop the switch?
By God, don't do it. By God, no.
He did.
By God, it's dead. He's dead. Oh my God.
He broke that man in half.
You know why he did that? Because he's
Jesus
getting ready to get
Christ.
rid of it anyway for the Switch.
never
too,
seen
so he
anything
didn't
like
care.
that
But that's about
He's
it.
like, no, that version's got the Taiwanese controllers. That's a good.
Goddamn slobber knocker match.
Game complainers.
Yeah.
ProtoFoxy, let people know where they can catch up with you, brother.
Everything's in the links down below. You know where to find me: Twitter, YouTube, PlayStation, Xbox, all that good stuff. And of course, every Tuesday night, I'm here on Gaming After Dark.
Absolutely. You're wicked hot. What's happening? Where can people catch you?
All right. Well, you guys can catch me on Xbox, PlayStation, Steam as well, and X/Twitter at the name you see on the screen. Had a blast today, boys. It was a great time as usual, and thank you, Mental, for coming down tonight. It was a blast. Can't wait to cross
pleasure,
our
man.
roads more and more down the road, baby. It's good finally podcasting with.
All right. Before you do your outro, Perry, you can read off the first super chat of the night. Comes in courtesy of our good friend RWK.
Great show, guys. That's all he says.
Woo! Thanks, RWK. Always appreciate it, guys. Always appreciate it. And Perry Station Pro.
Every Wednesday between 9:30 and 10 p.m. Eastern, the GameComplainers podcast. I go live with Anthony, Frank, Fred, and you get another $4.99 super chat here.
Oh, he does. He's coming in again, hot and heavy. RWK back again. He's not leaving without going out with a bang.
All right,
There you
Papa.
go.
We'd like to see you all get together after the Switch 2 showcase to discuss. Oh, we'll be here for that.
Absolutely.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
God.
We should discuss it while playing some Mario Kart or something.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be dope.
Oh God.
Like a community
is
game
it?
night or something.
What? Is that what it is?
My worst nightmare is coming true. It's April 14th, gentlemen, supposedly.
When is the Switch 2 showcase?
April 14th.
The day before taxes are
I think
due.
it's April 4th.
The day before your
No,
tax
it's
are
the-
due.
April 2nd. April 2nd, I'm sorry.
It's April 2nd.
Yeah, the showcase is April 2nd.
Second.
Nice.
Because
Wait,
I was always confusing it with February 2nd, February 4th or whatever. And I was like, what?
But I think April 14th is something else. I completely forgot. I knew it was something they announced on the PlayStation
Yeah.
showcase. I forgot. Oh, it's Borderlands. I better look at Borderlands. That's what they were going to do. Yeah.
And you guys know where to find me, always
Okay.
in the gutter. But yes, back here each and every Tuesday night with these fine cast of characters and some amazing guests as well. My links are down below, as well as everybody on the show and our esteemed guests. So make sure you hit those likes, follows, subscribes, whatever might apply. They greatly appreciate your support. And we certainly love having all of you in the chat here to cheer us on for Gaming After Dark. We hope you enjoyed all the 20 episodes so far, and look forward to bringing you 20 more and a whole lot down the road. So take care, everybody. Have yourself a great night. We will see you back here again next Tuesday, and hopefully we've got some juicy topics to jump right back into. But until then, take care, have fun, and most importantly, play games.
Hasta la vista.
Later.
Later.
Pac-Man fever.
The sound effect was good on that one.
I know the whole camera shook.
Harry opens up the box and they're on the controller's cracked.
All right, I'll go back to Amazon. He sent me a broken
What
controller.
happened?
What? They send you a broken controller?
No, if it's broken, I'll just send it back to Amazon. Be like,
'Cause
"Why
he
you
haven't
send me a
opened
broken
it yet."
controller?"
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't opened.
Oh my God!
Cool. That's a see-through one, right?
Yeah, it's the red one. I got the blue one, and now I got the red one.
Nice.
Oh, it's sick.
Oh, I
I
got
like
the blue one. I love the blue Xbox
Yeah.
controller.
Ooh, wee.
Awesome.
It is awesome.
That
The
is
Elite
really nice.
controller, you got the Elite controller too, right?
Dude, I got the Elite red one.
I
It's my
got
first
two
time getting
blue
Elite.
elites, and I got the
Sexy as
Halo
fuck.
Elite seal. I
Man.
didn't even open that one.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have
They
opened
had
that.
When I opened this
those
thing up, I was
priced.
blown back. Whatever this thing is,
I don't know if you saw that, Newf, but there was a point at Walmart Canada where they had that red Elite, the core one, for $93.
Oh,
Yep,
wow.
I got it
Oh,
for
that
I
was
got it
the
for
blue
one.
90
I
something
got the blue one
bucks
for
on
$90.
sale.
Oh, darn.
Fuck,
I
that's
wish
the reason I got it.
I know that.
Yeah, I threw it in my
Argument.
cart. I came back later, and the price was back to 130 or whatever.
Ooh.
And I was like,
Yeah.
damn it, why didn't I just hit the order button? But oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Sucks.
I feel that, brother.
All right, gentlemen. Well, I'm going to let you guys get out of here. You have yourself a great night. We'll talk to you all
I think we're
soon.
still
Again,
live.
thanks for another great
Yeah,
show.
we're
man.
still live,
Chat
man.
with you.
Still rolling, baby.
We're still rolling. Keep rolling.
yeah, we
rolling,
are. Look at
rolling,
that.
rolling.
Just keep on rolling.
Y'all